Aloha, Shamans! And thank you for joining us tonight, and welcome to our little corner of the galaxy in this interdimensional space called EarthStar Spiritual Center in Greensboro, North Carolina, United States of America. So we are live with a special summer solstice special, Thursday, June 20th, 2024. Messages from the Mermaids Oracle card with Nicole, Dillon, ACKLEY coming back with us. So thank you so very much, Nicole, for being here tonight with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It's nice to be here.
Yes, it is.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. And we're looking forward to Nicole's readings tonight. So get your questions ready for her, and she'll pull a few cards for us on this solstice.
Yes. Yeah, so welcome to all our local and worldwide wanderers, intuitive shamans and elementals, our wise shamans, right? And our galactic partners, galactic councils, and all of our ascended masters and special spirit guides for being here tonight, especially since it's summer solstice. Such a wonderful time, a powerful time to be here to celebrate. And actually, we're already in first day of summer, so I think it happened at 4:51 p.m. So yeah, we're going into it right now. It's a little after 6 o'clock, so about an hour and 10 minutes or so, right? So it's great to be here. So thank you, Nicole, and hope you've had a wonderful week so far. So how's it?
I hope you guys have as well.
Yeah. Everything going good there at the ocean?
Everything's going great at the ocean. I think it's a really good day for us to kind of talk ocean energy, commune with the mermaids. I was at the beach. I've been at the beach pretty much every day, I think, this week. And I was just noticing all the mermaid like statues and signs and all of these things. And I'm like, this is really cool to be able to kind of share this energy with y'all, especially with the kickoff of summer. And I'm sure people are thinking about the water. So I think it should be good.
That'd be wonderful. And for those who have been living under a rock and you've not heard of Nicole Dillon ACKLEY, okay, she's one of our shamans. She's a minister at EarthStar, interfaith minister. She's an intuitive healer. She's extremely psychic because she is Pisces sun. What's your rising sign, Nicole?
The rising's Libra.
Libra. Okay, so she's a Pisces, and so she's flowing with the air, she's flowing with the water, goodness. So super psychic with all your stuff, intuitive, and also you do this privately. So we have all your contact information in the show notes should anyone want to get in contact with you for a personal session that you'd like to do with them. Anything else you want to that I leave out about you and who you are and how wonderful you are?
Well, you're sweet. I think you stoked me up a little bit much, but thank you.
All right, well, let's jump right into the slides because we got some stuff to cover tonight this evening. So yes, here we are. Oh wait, we got a friend checking in. Fire Owl, aloha, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi.
Thank you. Beautiful day. Hello, Nicole. And Heidi, is she traveling? Oh, not traveling yet, but I know you're getting ready to go. So thanks for checking in with us. Thank you. So here we are with Nicole Dillon ACKLEY. Some messages from the Mermaids Oracle card. This is June 20th, 2024. Okay, so thank you. And now Nicole has been on a couple of other times. So if you'd like to see the previous broadcast, make sure that when you go to the EarthStar Spiritual Center YouTube channel, click the live tab. Okay, so click the live tab, and there you can find and search for Nicole's previous videos with us. Okay. And we are EarthStar Spiritual Center. So we are a multi-faith church online right now for Living Aloha. I've been doing this since 2002. Our core principles, values to the left here are Aloha, all loving God, love, oneness, heart path, as above, so below. And of course, we're all here trying to make and create planet Aloha. Yes. So today is Thursday, June 20th, 2024. Summer solstice clicked over at 4:51 p.m. So we are officially in summer. And we know that solstice, just a Latin word, means sun standing still, right? Because the sun has made its northward progression to the Tropic of Cancer. Remember, that's that little dotted line that's right above the equator. And it kind of travels right across the top of Hawaii, goes to Cuba, and then goes through the Sahara Desert. So that's kind of like where it lines up latitude-wise. And we're here. And Nicole, I saw this post the other day, so I wanted to share it with it because it reminded me so much of you and the mermaid cards, and also just your mermaid essence. You know, I mean, here you got the mermaids that's floating, and the things that excite you are not random. They are connected to your purpose. I thought, oh, that's perfect for Nicole.
I love that.
How you live your life and how you are trying to show and teach others through your existence. So thank you for sharing that kind of magic with you.
I appreciate that, Dale.
Okay. And now for the messages from the mermaids, the oracle cards, could you just tell the audience then why this particular set of cards have interested you and why you like this set of cards?
I love this deck because, well, first of all, it has a really emotional kind of energy, you know, being connected with the water element. And for me, living at the coast, it just resonates deeply with me. And I don't know, there's something about the governance of the sea that I think is really cool. So working with the mermaids and the mermen it's something that comes naturally, I think.
Yeah, that's great. And this oracle set, it can be found on Amazon, I think. So yeah,
it can be found on Amazon. It's a Hay House deck. It's Karen K's deck.
Right.
You can get it directly through Hay House, or probably your local spiritual shops will also probably carry it, and then Amazon as well.
Okay, that's great. Good. All right, well, let's get right into it then. Let me bring Nicole up, and she's going to start working those magic hands, find particular some messages we can get from our mermaids. And of course, being summer solstice, we know that this is the culmination of our work. So we're going to be able to use this wonderful energy, you know, with this the longest day. We have the most light today, right? And also tomorrow. So we want to make sure we use that wonderful energy. So, all right, Nicole.
Stepping into our greatness, that's for sure. So I pulled 3 cards for us to get us started for tonight, and just kind of, I always ask, reveal to me what it is that we need to know. And when working with the group, I think, you know, we want to encompass the energy of the entire group. So I pulled 3 cards for us. We'll look at each one individually, and then we'll just kind of put them all together. I would love your feedback and what resonates with you and the audience as well. You know, I think it's so important when you're doing readings that you're not just listening, but you're really feeling and using your own intuition to understand, you know, what is this saying to me? Nicole can be saying one thing, but what is it that I'm really receiving from this? So would love some feedback if you have any, or additions to, you know, what I have to say or what comes through from the spirit and the mermaids. So we'll get going. Let's see. Oh, first card. This one, letting go.
Oh,
So,
yes.
letting go. Oh, this is a really good one because I think we're fully stepping into our illumination right now, right? It is the longest day of the year, the most light that we have that we're going to experience. So I think this is a really cool card to start with because I think it's saying what are we illuminating? What is it that we need to release to make space for more light? And what is it that may be in ways limiting us from stepping into our full potential and into our full light and radiance? I think it's really important when you think about your personal growth, and right now is a really good time to think about that because, you know, like you said, we're like in the full embodiment, right? And then tomorrow with the full moon as well, totally, it's like this double energy that's happening. It's so powerful. And so I think it's a really good time to understand how far you've come to this point. And then too, what is it that you're still carrying that maybe you don't need to carry any further? What is it that you can release to make space for more of what makes you you and what brings you truly into your full power, your full potential in existence? Okay, let's see what's next. Ooh.
That's great because, you know, when we think about being who we want to be, yeah, we got to let go of some of that stuff in order to be the new person that we want to be. So yeah, you're right, spot on with that about letting go, because it's almost like, if we were moving furniture in a room and you wanted new furniture, well, you got to move the old furniture out. You can't keep the old furniture there with you. So same thing with our spiritual energies, right? It's got to be moved out, like you said.
It's interesting that you use the furniture, because Brandon and I just got a new couch, and we just set our old couch this past weekend. So it's kind of funny that you picked up on that, Dale. Your intuition's kicking in there. And I love my new couch, by the way. It's really nice, super comfortable. So exactly right. You do have to clear the path. And sometimes that means letting go of something that you may have carried for a really long time. But I think once you realize, and when you're doing your spiritual work, you're doing your meditations, and you're just going within, using your intuition, it'll come to you. Like what you need to know is going to come to you. You just have to believe in what you're receiving and what you're feeling. Yeah. Letting go, I think, there's so much freedom that comes with it as well, because not only do you recognize how far you've come, but you recognize what no longer serves you. And that's such a wonderful thing.
Yes.
The next card is innocence. And I think this one is really, really cool, because when we think about the true essence of who we are, back to that childlike place that we all come in, that really innocent place that we come from, that is a really good place to create from, and for remembering. When you're waking up, or when we're always remembering, right? Like that's going to last our entire lives, that we continue to remember. And I think coming from a place of innocence is really getting back to the roots. I know with my hypnotherapy practice, that's one thing that a lot of people travel back so that they can release a pattern from where it originated, not where it is today, but where did it originate? And I think a lot of times that if you can get back to that innocence, to that place of where it began and where it all started, then that's a game changer.
That's great. And it reminds me too, like you're mentioned, kind of bringing in, because I was wondering how you were going to read that, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have anything for that. So thank you for explaining that, because in listening to you, what comes up is the innocence of like viewing the world as a child, through fresh eyes, and that total innocence and that trust to know that you will be able to help create planet Aloha just by being who you are, and really maintaining that innocent playfulness too. That's just wonderful, because we have to have fun doing what we do, because why would we do it if it's not fun, right? So that's great with that innocent. Yeah, that's a wonderful, wonderful perspective.
And too, I think it coincides well with letting go, because once you get back to that resonant place, that deep place within, the tiny space of your heart, it is so pure. That's such a pure thing. And I think that coincides really well with the innocence and letting go. I think we just have all these layers that we've formed throughout our lives. And once you're able to kind of peel all of that back, you're back to your purest form, right? So I think that coming from that place, when you're looking at the bigger picture, especially of what you can release, that's a really good mindset to go back to and start from.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Oh, this one, people love this one. Abundance.
Yes, abundance, perfect for solstice. Oh my God.
Okay. So I think obviously abundance comes in so many forms. And, the greatest thing is, what are you grateful for? Because what that energy that you put out there, what you're grateful for, really creates the abundance that you have in your life. And it's different for all of us, and I think one thing that's important to remember is when you're discerning things right and wrong, or this is good or this is bad, you really have to take a deep dive into that, because if you're coming with pure intentions, and no matter what, like wealth or money, and some people have a little bit of a negative stigma to that, but what is the innocence in it? What is the purest place? Where's that coming from? I think it's also important to keep in mind that don't hold on to things you don't need, and that, because back to letting go, if we release things that we no longer need, we create more room for abundance in our life. And I think that's really important to remember whenever people sometimes have a hard time with letting go of things, physical things even, and it's like every time you make room for you give something away, you make room for something else to be able to come in its place. So I think when you're thinking about that and you're thinking about the abundance in your life, think about it from a really big picture. Do you have more than you need? Can you give some things away that no longer serves you that somebody else could probably use? And allow that opening to happen so that you really can create the exact abundance that you're looking for. Maybe you want more time, maybe you want more freedom, maybe you need to quit your job because it's weighing you down, it's taking all of your time, you're not really living, you're not thriving. And that's a way of creating abundance in your life. Maybe you need to end a relationship that's no longer serving you. I think these three cards really all kind of go hand in hand. I think it really speaks to stepping into the full embodiment of your power, with being able to go to a place of pure intention and let go and create from that space to, really create the abundant life that you're looking for.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, those are three great pillars for summer solstice. I mean, we have the most light, and then we're going to have a full moon tomorrow. So talk about all these manifestation support systems that we have for us right now from the cosmic sense. Mm-hmm. And just to think how that's going to affect our mind, our body, our spirit, the way we think, the way we speak, the way we act. And then when we think about letting go and then having that innocence, and then just living in this true abundance of mind, body, and spirit, but especially of aloha, like you're talking about. Yeah, relationships. Yes, truly feeling and being in love with not only who you are, but what you love to do, your passion, and being able to serve others. Well, that's a great message for summer solstice.
It's interesting the way that the universe responds and spirit responds to you when you get really clear about what really brings you joy and happiness. And to me, that's what true abundance is. What truly brings joy and happiness to your life. And when you start to look around you and, there's so many things to be thankful for, like even the fact that we have air conditioner, like it is so hot out there. Like, could you imagine? And, there's still people who are living without it. So even down to those things, when you're thinking about what you're grateful for, those are things that you really need to consider, of how abundant our lives really are. And again, of course, gratitude, just it's the magic, it's the multiplier. The more grateful you are, the more you attract the things that you love. So I think it's a really good message for solstice too. I think this is the earliest solstice in over 2 centuries, 228 years, y'all. It's the earliest one.
Yeah.
So think about that and just the power and the perspective of that. And then, like we talked about, coupled with the full moon, it's like this double magnification of everything that's just like, it's kind of on fire, so to speak, right? Like it's sun energy, of course. But yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, because we have this abundance, like you said, of the masculine and the feminine energies, and we get to truly create from that. All right, let's see. Heidi checked in. Heidi says, perfect time for letting go of the past/trauma to live in the childlike innocence so your light can shine bright and experience the abundance all around, everywhere. Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you for
That is it, Heidi. That is it. Truly it. Come full circle, because that's the best way to create abundance is through that innocence and the purity of what you really truly want.
And truly, like she says, you really do want to experience the abundance. I mean, what good is you're starving and what? Okay, the grocery store is like 2 steps away. You can't go into the grocery store and you're starving. It's like, are people really going to give themselves permission to experience the abundance that is here right now? We just have to make sure we filter it and assimilate it, evolve with it some way, somehow, through your passion, and make sure you understand and truly live and partake of the abundance. It's a cornucopia.
It is. And it's here for everyone. It really is. We have to remember to our mindset and our belief systems, because that creates so much of our reality. And if we're not, considering those things, then we're probably unintentionally attracting and creating things that we don't want, right?
Yes.
So keep that in mind whenever you are working toward abundance and what you really want from your life.
That's great. Okay. Well, now I think Jeannie's been working on a question, so she wants to ask you a question so you can pull a card about the solstice. So okay. All right, here it goes.
Okay, so he has put me on the spot once more. Nicole, can you give us a word for or a card for using the gifts that we have going forward?
Okay.
On this solstice day. Can you pull a card that would give us, I don't know, a word for going forward or some help in going forward from solstice?
So we got trust. That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Trust in our gifts, Jeannie. Let's trust our gifts. Let's trust ourselves. Let's believe in ourselves. We are so powerful, and man, we're even more powerful right now because of everything that's happening around us with the solstice and the full moon. But trust is the ultimate piece of this, because if you don't trust yourself and you don't trust the gifts that are God-given, right? We're all born with so much to offer to each other. But you really have to trust in those gifts and believe in yourself and believe that, your intentions are pure. When you're putting yourself into something and it truly is something that makes you happy, that, you might question whether you're good at it or not, right? I think we all do that. But the biggest part is just trust yourself. Back to the slide that you showed, it's not random. The things that light you up, that you're passionate about, that are your gifts, they are not random. They are part of your purpose. And I think that's an important thing to consider, is that you trust yourself, you trust the universe, to just bring that into its full embodiment, kind of back to the whole solstice theme, right? Is that we're able to step into our full power, into our full embodiment, which requires trust in ourselves and trust in each other. You really have to allow other people to, right? To work with you, to help, to show up for you. And I think back to it, trust plays the biggest role in that, and sharing your gifts.
Yes, exactly. And let me echo what you just said, and make sure that you trust yourself. Goodness, a lot of people may think that, well, I don't trust that person, or I don't trust maybe where I'm working, or I don't trust life or whatever. Well, just trust yourself and know that you are a divine being. You're beautiful, you're awesome, you're perfect. You always have been, you will be forever. So trust yourself to know that you will play an integral part in helping to create planet Aloha, because everyone has special gifts, goals, abilities, skills, and talents. So yeah, that's great advice, Nicole, for helping people not only on an intuitive level, but actually right in your face, conscious level. Trust yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Because you are a good person. Trust yourself. Just follow your love, follow your passion, follow your excitement. Oh, life is great. Just do that.
It is. It'll definitely create the abundant life that everybody really truly wants, you know. And if we don't trust ourselves, then we're putting that vibe out there too, right? Like, you know, you're going to continue to get that lesson until you learn that, you know, to trust yourself. And when you're working with other people, you know, I think people are really genuinely good. I mean, there's some dirt bags out there, like you say, Dale, but
Yeah.
I think for the most part, you know, you're going to attract your people, your tribe. You're going to attract the things that you really want in your life by putting your vibration out there. So there's no reason for you to not trust yourself. And two, trust that what you need is going to show up in divine time, right? It may not be here right now, but it's making its way to you. And time is, you know, it's really a spiral. It is not linear like we're taught to believe. And, you know, we go back in time into the future and all of the time, but we're always creating from this moment right here, right now. So you have to trust that. You have to trust the process. You have to trust yourself. And things will start to just naturally unfold for you.
And that'll be a good indication to trust people, have them trust themselves. So if you want to know how to float through the galactic cosmos like a Pisces does, then come back next lifetime. Make sure you're born in the end of February, beginning of March, and you'll be able to experience this wonderful cosmic intuitive travel. That's just wonderful to be able to have that kind of perspective on life. So thank you for sharing all that, Nicole. Well, okay. Well, let me ask you a question then. So this being summer solstice, and this is the culmination of all our power. So it's almost like, okay, we've worked for 6 months. We've built up this great resume. We've taken classes. We've talked to people. We now have all these wonderful abilities and skills. Now we're ready to go. I mean, one foot's out the door, but it's like people are still hesitating. So what is something you can pull for us and let us know how can we take that first step into realizing our greatness, our aloha, realizing our passion, our excitement? What's that first step we can take to make it truly happen?
Oh, this is good. Be spontaneous.
Yes.
So that's, you know, I love this card because it really shakes you up. You know, I think that we get, you know, we might have that one foot out the door and it's like, oh, but I know the way. This is the exact way. Everything has to go exactly like this. Oh, you know, the reef fell out the door. I got to go back inside and wait 15 minutes before I can continue. Be spontaneous. You know, life is going to have a way of sometimes being funny, bringing some humor to things. And if you always do things the exact same way, take the same path to work every day, eat the same thing at the same time, it gets pretty routine and boring. You're not really living. You're just kind of on autopilot at that point. So it's so important to be spontaneous, to sometimes let the path sort of unfold with you. You don't have to have every single step figured out. Everything does not have to be exactly mapped out to the T. Just take that step, get out the door. And then obviously really cool things, the magic and the mystery of life is going to continue to work with you. And you may create something far beyond your wildest dream.
Even better than you could imagine. You know, as you mentioned earlier with the trust thing, I mean, just think, you spent 6 months building up your resume, building up all your skills. You're ready to go. And now, you know, the universe around you, your energy field, that's what it's geared towards, helping you to use these skills and abilities. And now these things are now coming toward you, being presented to you. And if you don't let go, like you mentioned earlier, you're going to be in the same old pattern, the way of being. And then the next thing you know, these wonderful things have gone by. You know, there was a person there. Well, I had a feeling I should have talked to them. Or there was a book there. I should have picked up that book. I don't know why I waited and thinking, no, I'll go back later and get it. No, get it now. Maybe I should have seen that movie. Maybe I should have called someone, emailed someone. Maybe I should have applied for that job. Maybe I should go out with that person. Maybe I should make a life plan for passion and excitement. It's like all these things are coming to you. Yes, so please just do it. And sometimes try not to let that fear come in because, well, what if I get rejected? Well, what if you get rejected? Just keep moving, be spontaneous. Life's just too full. There's too many chances to do things. Let's see, Wiki's checked in with us. BET, yes. Oh, Wiki, thank you. Wiki's one of our Huna masters.
Wiki.
So bringing in, bless the present, expect the best, and trust yourself. Yes, indeed. And Wiki says, just do it. That's great for coming from a Capricorn, stuck on that mountainside, 10,000 feet in the air, about to plunge to your death. And even Wiki is with the summer solstice energy. Yes, just do it.
Just do it.
You've already made the decisions because you've built up your resume, and this is what you want to do. So now it's time to do it. The job's been offered. So take advantage of that. Yeah, that's great. Wiki says, hey, Nicole.
Hey, Wiki. So, and two, remember, if it's coming to you, it's part of your, it's meant for you, right? It's part of your calling. Like it's not random. It's not, by accidents. There's no coincidences. It's synchronicity. Like if that's in your path, go for it. Just do it. Like Wiki said.
Exactly. And make sure you realize that you truly do trust yourself and try to interpret whatever it is in a different way. Because remember, you're a new person. You have all this wonderful sun energy, this moon energy. You have all this abundance all around you. Try not to get into the rut of thinking of the person you used to be, because now you're a new person. It's like now you've graduated. Okay, now I'm a different person. I have different knowledge. That means I have different ways of interpreting, of seeing things, hearing things, touching things, tasting things, smelling things, sensing things. And even with our ESP, our intuitive self, like you seem to do, Nicole, so easily. So yeah, open up those ideas within you that I am intuitive, I am healing, I'm a quantum energy healing bed myself. This is my new modality, and this is what I do. So yeah, that's great advice for that intuition and trusting yourself. That's great. And especially that spontaneity. I love that.
It makes me smile whenever this card shows up, because I think it reminds us that there's so much magic to life if we choose to see it that way. And that's why I really love working with the mystical decks. I think when you get into that stuff, you really are celebrating the magic that life brings and offers us. Which is another reason I love them. I have some other decks that are really cool too that we'll introduce in the future that are also kind of this nature as well. But that's why I really love working with these, because you never know what magic and mystery is going to come from it.
Right. That's great. And so, maybe perhaps we'll stick to the new moon and full moon schedule, but if not, we'll just go however, because we want to make sure we're not bogged down too, and make sure that we let go and make sure we're spontaneous. So
that's right.
There's other times we have to come on and do special shows, we will. But here we have, we're squandered 34 minutes now, folks' time. So thank you, Nicole, for being here on this special day. Summer solstice. So wonderful to spend time with you on this special day, even though physically we can't be there. We know intuitively we can have our little.
We are always together in our hearts, always.
Always. So much for that. So any final words you'd like to share with folks? And remember, everyone, if you'd like to have a personal session with Nicole, all her information to contact her is in the show notes. So Nicole, anything else, or if you want to pull a last card and just hold it and let people see the name, and they can decide what to do with it. Let's
do that. Let's do that. Give you guys something for you to use your intuition and your intuitive self, because we all have it. It's just a matter of tapping into it and trusting ourselves. So let's see what we can leave you all with. Oh, this one's interesting. Ask for help.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not going to elaborate on that, but I hope that some stuff comes up for that one, and it's useful.
That's it. Yeah. Because just because we're enlightened, that doesn't mean we know everything. Goodness, we're always learning. Right? Yep.
And part of our gifts, right, is sharing with others. Yes. So if you don't ask and you don't, receive, and then you're missing some of the magic.
I know that's just wonderful. Well, thank you so very much for
Thanks, y'all.
taking your time to be with us on this special day, because I know y'all going to go out and do some special ceremonial shamanic things down by the ocean. So thank you so very much. Well, let's do a pound. We'll get y'all out here so you can watch the sunset tonight and the full moon. All right, 1, 2, 3, pow. Okay, good. So thank y'all very much for joining us tonight, or this evening rather. So have a wonderful solstice next 2-3 days. Remember, we have the strawberry moon tomorrow, as it's called, because strawberries are in season, right? As the almanac calls it that. So make sure you go out and look at the moon tonight. Make sure you try to get out and see the beautiful sunset this evening and be with all this wonderful yin and yang energy, because that's what we all have collectively created here on planet Aloha. All right, so be the Aloha in every moment. And we love y'all, and we'll see you on Monday. Yes, be back on Monday or new times. So Monday at 9 o'clock with Simply Shaman. All right, Aloha. We love y'all.
Aloha. Love y'all.